You know what? I've really missed it. And the coolest thing about this venture and this dream come true is for about 5 years, I've been trying to get to this moment. And I've been trying to get there ever since that feeling that every parent gets of my son is telling me to drop him off a block from the mall now. So it's time to jump back into late night, to jump back into work. There was a specific situation where my lawyer was at a meeting, a dinner, and it was in Beverly Hills, and she said, you know, Quincy Jones in his acceptance speech or something talked about you and how the business misses your show. And me and my lawyer got into a conversation. And Quincy's not only a friend, but he's kind of like the godfather of young guys like me in the business. And it was that night that I decided I was going to try to get back to this. And there were times when it was real hard in the business of getting back and convincing people that I deserved to come back home. There were times when it gets hard. And I remember being at the George Lopez show and George asked me to introduce Snoop. And that was the night, no matter how hard it was, no matter how hard it gets, I decided that I was going to fight the battle to get here because it felt so good to look in the camera and hear the barking and say, ladies and gentlemen, Snoop Doggy Dogg. It's like, I want my show back. And I always hear from people, oh, it's too crowded now, you know, and I'm like, well, somebody else has to stay home because I'm coming back. It's interesting because the second time around, I know things I didn't know. I'm a smarter guy. I understand syndication, so on and so forth. At the same time, the first time around when you heard the name Arsenio Hall, you thought it was a dorm at USC or University of Miami or something. And now people know exactly what Arsenio Hall is. So there's a little pressure on me in that sense. I'm already this entity, you know, and kind of sets the bar in a certain place. Because in this business, it's hard to win once, much less the pressure of winning twice. Well, there are a lot of smart people in this business who know what they're doing and they fail because it's really not about knowledge and it's not always about execution. It's about what people out there decide. And in the end, you can do something great and they can hate it. You can do a piece of crap and they can like it. You don't know. And that's the great thing about this. You got to play the Super Bowl because you just don't know what's going to happen. And I love that. These different hosts, they're all doing the same show. Sigourney Weaver's father created this format. And the format really is to take people to the morning. That's what it's about. Watch me fall asleep because my boss wants you to watch something he has for you in the morning. That's what late night was. That's why the guys get more money than mathematically they deserve for the amount of numbers and ratings that they get. It's not important that they're even doing this show. It's about bringing them to the morning. That's what it's all about. So I want to bring people to the morning. And every talk show you insert a different host and it runs different. When you put the engine of Chelsea in the hood of a car, it runs different than the engine of Leno in the hood of a car. But basically it's all just a body with four wheels. It's the same show. It's nothing magical or different about any of us. It's who you want to spend the night with. And success, you need somebody to watch you at least 2 nights a week. I'm hoping that there's still enough people out there without a talk show that I can find an audience of people that will watch me a couple nights a week and go to bed with me watching whatever I'm doing. First of all, I keep the actor as far away from the talk show set as possible because you want to be really who you are because that's what you can be consistently every night. Anything that's created, put on, or acting, you're gonna mess it up at some point and forget who you are if you do thousands of shows and you do one every night. So the actor doesn't help me. You know what helps me? That kid from Cleveland who is pleased as pie to be in Hollywood making a living at what he dreamed of doing. This kid watched Ed Sullivan bring the Beatles to America or introduce Flip Wilson. That's who makes my boat float. That excited, vivacious man who's not doing it because it's a job. You know, if you find a job you love, you'll never have to work. And that's who I am. You know, like I'm not back because I need money or cheese or paper, as the kids call it. I'm not back for that. I'm back because I miss my girl. I'm in love with a girl called Late Night.